All right, so you're getting ready for a residential home young people care worker interview.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool, huh? It's a job where you can seriously make a difference.
It is. It really is.
And we are here to help you just crush it in that interview.
Yeah, we're going to help you totally ace it.
We have a bunch of great resources,
Yeah.
like a career guide to give you all the insider info, a
Yeah.
list of actual interview questions
Ooh.
you might be asked, and even some insights into how RoleCatcher's AI
Yes.
can help you come up with just killer answers.
You're pretty amazing.
Feeling nervous?
Don't be.
We've got your back.
We do.
So let's just dive right in.
Okay, sounds good.
The career guide starts with what they do,
Mm-hmm.
which gives a really solid overview of the job.
Yeah.
But it's not just about providing care. It's about helping these young people
Right.
overcome obstacles and reach their full potential.
You got it.
So let's unpack this a little.
Okay.
The guide mentions working one-on-one and in groups,
Right.
helping with social skills, teaching coping strategies, and building emotional regulation.
Lots to do.
It's a lot to handle.
It is.
What does that actually look like day to day?
Well, yeah, you're kind of like a mentor, a guide, and a support system all in one.
Right.
Like some days you might be focusing on helping a young person with a tough situation at school.
Okay.
Other days you might be leading a group activity to help them with their social skills.
Gotcha.
But everything you do is about helping them become more independent and resilient.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But let's be real for a second.
Okay.
The conditions section doesn't sugarcoat things.
Mm-hmm.
It mentions working with young people who might have challenging behaviors,
Right.
which means safety is like paramount.
Absolutely paramount.
So this job is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
It's emotionally demanding and can be unpredictable,
It can be. Yeah,
but you're not alone.
that's true.
You'll be working as part of a team collaborating with other professionals,
Mhm.
families, even social workers and educators.
The whole team.
It takes a village, right?
It really does.
And it's exciting to see how technology is changing things.
Oh, yeah.
The guide mentions technology advances like telehealth and virtual reality,
Wow.
helping to monitor progress and provide new kinds of support.
That's incredible.
The field is constantly evolving,
Definitely.
which is why it's so important to stay curious and embrace those advancements.
I agree.
Okay, so let's talk about like the heart of our deep dive here.
Right.
The interview questions.
Yeah.
Remember, each question is a chance for you to shine.
That's right.
Okay, so first one from the interview guide.
Okay.
What experience do you have in caring for young people in a residential setting?
Okay. Good one.
The insights tell us the interviewer is trying to see
Uh-huh.
if you have hands-on experience
Yeah.
in a similar environment.
That makes sense.
Don't panic if you haven't worked in a residential setting before.
Right.
This is where those transferable skills come in. So think about any experience you have working with young people,
Yeah.
like mentoring, tutoring, coaching, even caring for younger siblings.
Sure.
The key is connecting those experiences to the role.
Yes, definitely.
The approach suggests focusing on specific tasks,
Okay.
challenges, and how you overcame them.
Makes sense.
What are some examples that come to mind?
Well, let's say you volunteered at a summer camp for kids with special needs.
Okay.
You could talk about a time when you had to de-escalate a conflict between campers
Uh-huh.
or helped a shy child participate in an activity.
Right.
The interviewer wants to see your problem-solving skills, your patience, and your empathy in action.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And the avoid section warns against being vague
Right.
or focusing only on personal experiences that aren't really relevant.
Yeah, you want to keep it focused.
So stick to examples that show those core skills:
Hmm.
patience, communication, and understanding.
Exactly.
So think about your own experience.
Yeah.
What stories can you share that highlight these qualities?
That's a good question to think about.
Okay, moving on to question 2.
Okay, number 2.
How do you ensure the safety and well-being of young people in your care?
Another important one.
This one's all about responsibility.
Absolutely.
Showing the interviewer you take safety seriously.
Yeah, you got to show them that.
The insights say they're looking for a proactive mindset
Uh-huh.
and an understanding of potential risks.
Okay.
So how would you approach risk assessment in a residential setting?
Well, I think about identifying potential hazards,
Oh,
like unsecured areas or materials that could be dangerous.
right.
Then you'd implement safety protocols like regular checks and supervision.
Got it.
And don't forget about crisis management.
All right.
What would you do if a young person had a meltdown
Yeah,
or became a danger to themselves or other?
that's a good point.
Yeah.
The approach recommends showing off your knowledge of safeguarding procedures and mentioning any relevant training you have, like first aid
Uh-huh.
or de-escalation techniques. This is where specific certifications can give you an edge.
They really can.
Remember those from the career guide.
Oh, yeah, those are important.
And avoid making generic statements without backing them up.
Yeah, you gotta have examples.
Instead, say something like,
Okay.
I'd proactively check for potential hazards and make sure the environment is safe.
Yeah.
I'm also trained in de-escalation techniques, and I know how to handle a crisis situation calmly and effectively.
Perfect.
Now think about your own experiences.
Okay.
Have you ever had to handle a challenging situation?
Good question.
What steps did you take to ensure everyone's safety?
It's all about being prepared.
All right, question 3.
Number 3.
How do you manage challenging behavior in young people?
Oh, that's a tough one.
This is where your understanding of child development and behavior management comes in.
Well, absolutely. Gotta know your stuff.
The insights say the interviewer wants to see beyond just reacting to the behavior. They want to understand how you'd address the root of the problem.
Right. Get to the why.
Exactly. It's about figuring out the why behind the behavior.
Yeah.
Is the young person struggling to communicate their needs?
Maybe.
Are they experiencing sensory overload?
It's possible.
The approach suggests mentioning techniques like positive reinforcement,
Yeah.
redirection, and de-escalation.
Those are good ones.
And remember, the focus should always be on positive approaches
Right?
that help the young person learn healthy coping mechanisms.
Exactly.
The avoid section warns against resorting to punishment
Definitely not.
or using language that blames the young person.
Yeah, no blaming.
Instead, try something like,
Okay. Let's hear it.
I believe in understanding the reasons behind challenging behavior and responding with empathy.
Yes.
I would use positive reinforcement to encourage positive behavior and help the young person learn how to manage their emotions.
That's great.
So think about your own experiences.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to help a young person manage their emotions or behavior? What strategies did you find effective?
It's all about finding what works for each individual.
That's a good point.
So let's move on to question 4.
Okay.
How do you ensure that young people in your care are engaged and stimulated?
Right.
It's not just about care. It's
Yeah.
about creating like a dynamic and enriching environment where these young people can really thrive.
I like that.
Yeah.
The interview guide insights suggest the interviewer wants to see your creativity here and your ability to come up with activities that cater to different
Right.
interests and abilities.
Oh, sure.
So think beyond traditional games or crafts.
Okay.
Maybe you'd organize a trip to a museum or a park,
Yeah.
or set up a music jam session or an art project.
Ooh, I like that.
The key is to think outside the box
Definitely.
and offer activities that promote learning, teamwork, and creativity.
Exactly.
The approach encourages us to showcase our knowledge of different learning styles and the importance of tailoring activities to individual needs.
Because one size doesn't fit all, right?
Right.
Some young people might thrive in a structured environment, while others might need more freedom to explore.
Yeah.
So it's all about observation and adapting your approach.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The avoid section reminds us not to make assumptions about what young people will enjoy.
Right.
Instead, get to know their interests, ask for their input,
Yeah.
make it a collaborative process.
Definitely.
Now think about your own experiences.
Okay.
What activities or projects have you led that really engaged young people?
Good question.
What made those experiences successful?
Yeah, what worked?
Okay, question 5.
All right.
How do you maintain effective communication with young people and their families?
Okay. Communication is key.
This one highlights the importance of building strong relationships and open communication channels.
For sure. You got to be able to talk.
The insights emphasize the need for clear and concise communication, especially when dealing with sensitive information or challenging situations. Remember, you'll be communicating with young people who might have different communication styles
Right.
or needs.
Yeah.
Some might be very verbal, while others might communicate through nonverbal cues. It's important to be adaptable and patient.
I agree.
The approach suggests demonstrating your active listening skills
Okay.
and your ability to communicate in a way that's appropriate for the audience.
Yeah, you got to know your audience.
When talking to families, you want to be professional and empathetic.
Of course.
Provide regular updates on the young person's progress and address any concerns they might have.
It's all about keeping them in the loop.
The avoid section cautions against using jargon or technical terms
Right.
that families might not understand.
Yeah, keep it simple.
And never disclose confidential information.
Of course not.
Without proper authorization.
Very important.
Now think about your own communication style.
Okay.
What are your strengths? What areas could you work on to ensure clear and effective communication? Good questions to ask yourself.
Question 6.
All right, number 6.
How do you manage your workload and prioritize tasks in a residential care setting?
Time management.
This one's all about organization and time management.
Essential skills.
Essential skills in this fast-paced environment.
Definitely.
The insights say the interviewer wants to know if you can handle multiple responsibilities, meet deadlines, and adapt to changing priorities.
Yeah, things can change quickly.
Imagine you're helping a young person with their homework.
Okay.
And suddenly there's an emergency.
Oh, wow.
Can you switch gears?
Got to be able to.
Quickly and effectively.
You got it.
That's what they want to know.
Makes sense.
The approach suggests mentioning tools or techniques you use to stay organized.
Okay.
Like to-do lists, calendars, or project management apps.
Those are helpful.
And don't be afraid to highlight your ability to work both independently and as part of a team.
Yeah, you need both.
This role requires both.
The avoid section warns against appearing overwhelmed or disorganized.
Right.
You want to project confidence.
Yes.
And competence.
You got it.
Now think about your own organizational strategies.
Okay.
What tools or techniques have you found helpful in managing your workload?
That's a good one.
Okay, let's move on to question 7.
All right.
How do you provide emotional support for young people in your care?
Oh, that's a big one.
This question gets to the heart of the role.
Yeah.
Creating a safe and supportive space for young people to express their feelings and navigate challenges.
It's so important.
The insights emphasize building trust, showing empathy and compassion, and being a good listener.
You gotta listen.
Remember, these young people might be dealing with trauma, family issues, or other challenges that impact their well-being.
It's a lot for them to handle.
The approach suggests mentioning specific strategies, like creating opportunities for one-on-one conversations, encouraging journaling, or creative expression, or facilitating group therapy sessions.
Those are all good ideas.
And it's crucial to highlight your ability to recognize warning signs of mental health distress and seek appropriate support from professionals when needed.
Absolutely.
The avoid section cautions against offering unqualified advice
Right.
or minimizing the young person's feelings.
Don't do that.
It's not about fixing their problems.
Nope.
It's about providing a safe space for them to process their emotions and develop healthy coping mechanisms.
Exactly.
Now think about your own experiences.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a position to provide emotional support to someone?
Interesting.
What did you learn from those experiences?
Yeah, what did you take away?
How would you apply those skills in this role?
Good question.
Question 8.
Okay, number 8.
How do you ensure that young people in your care are treated with dignity and respect?
Very important.
This one gets to the core of ethical and compassionate care. The insights emphasize the importance of treating all young people equally, regardless of their background, challenges, or behaviors.
Right. Everyone deserves respect.
It's about creating a culture of inclusivity and respect, where everyone feels valued and empowered.
I like that.
The approach suggests mentioning specific actions you would take to ensure that dignity and respect are upheld.
Yeah. Give them some examples.
Maybe you'd implement clear guidelines for staff behavior, create opportunities for young people to voice their concerns, or actively address any instances of bullying or discrimination.
That's important.
And remember, it's not just about words.
Right.
It's about actions.
Actions speak louder than words.
Your commitment to dignity and respect should be evident in everything you do.
Exactly.
The avoid section warns against making assumptions about young people's needs or preferences. It's important to treat each individual with respect and individuality.
I agree.
Now think about your own values and experiences. How would you ensure that dignity and respect are woven into the fabric of your work?
That's a deep one.
Okay, let's move on to question 9.
All right.
How do you promote a positive and inclusive environment for young people in your care?
Ooh, that's a good one.
This one builds on the previous question, emphasizing the importance of diversity and a sense of belonging.
Right. Everyone should feel welcome.
The insights suggest the interviewer wants to see your understanding of inclusivity and your ability to create a welcoming and supportive environment for young people from all walks of life.
For sure.
Think about specific steps you would take to foster this type of environment.
Right.
Maybe you'd create opportunities for young people to share their cultural traditions and perspectives.
Yeah.
Implement anti-bullying and anti-discrimination policies.
Important.
Or ensure that activities and resources are accessible to everyone.
Right.
The approach encourages us to highlight our commitment to equity and fairness, and our ability to create a space where all young people feel respected and valued.
Yes.
And remember, creating an inclusive environment is an ongoing process.
It is.
It requires ongoing attention, reflection, and a willingness to adapt.
You got it.
The avoid section reminds us to be mindful of our own biases and assumptions. It's important to create a space where everyone feels safe to be themselves.
Yeah.
Without fear of judgment or discrimination.
Definitely.
Now think about your own experiences with diversity and inclusion.
Okay.
What strategies or initiatives have you seen be effective in fostering a positive and inclusive environment?
Good question.
All right, and finally, question 10.
Okay, the last one.
How do you contribute to the overall success of a residential care facility?
Ooh, the big picture.
This is your chance to show the interviewer that you're not just focused on your individual tasks,
Right.
but also on the bigger picture.
Yeah, being part of a team.
The insights suggest they're looking for someone who's a team player, someone who's willing to go above and beyond to support the facility's mission and goals.
Definitely.
Think about ways you can contribute beyond your assigned duties.
Okay.
Maybe you'd be proactive in identifying areas for improvement, share your knowledge and skills with colleagues, or be a positive and supportive presence within the team.
Those are all great.
The approach encourages us to showcase our initiative, our willingness to collaborate, and our dedication to creating a positive work environment.
It's all about teamwork.
And it's a great opportunity to mention your commitment to professional development.
Yes.
And your desire to stay up to date on best practices.
Keep learning.
The avoid section reminds us to avoid appearing self-centered or overly focused on individual achievements.
Yeah, it's not about you.
This is about being part of something larger than yourself.
Exact.
And contributing to a shared vision of success.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Now think about your own experiences in team environments.
Okay.
What qualities and contributions have you made that have helped teams succeed?
Good question to think about.
That wraps up our deep dive into the top 10 interview questions.
Wow, we did it.
But we're not done yet.
Oh, there's more.
Remember RoleCatcher's AI tools we mentioned earlier?
Oh, yeah, the AI.
Let's explore how those can help you fine-tune your answers and boost your confidence.
Sounds good. All right, so welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into becoming a residential home young people care worker.
We covered so much already.
We did. We really did.
You know, understanding the job, prepping for those interview questions, even how RoleCatcher's AI can be like your secret weapon.
The secret weapon.
We've given you the tools and knowledge to ace that interview.
Right, but it doesn't end there.
Exactly. What happens after you land the job?
Yeah.
How do you build a successful career in this field?
Good question.
That's what we're going to talk about now.
Sounds good.
The career guide has a section called Advancement Paths.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
To see the different possibilities.
Yeah.
Like you could move up to a supervisor role, maybe become a program director,
Wow.
even aim for a clinical director position.
That's amazing.
It's inspiring to see those pathways laid out.
It is.
Shows that this isn't just a job.
Right.
It's a career.
Yeah.
With real growth potential.
Definitely.
And the skills you develop as a residential home, young people, care worker, those are the very skills that will prepare you for leadership roles.
Absolutely.
The guide also emphasizes continuous learning.
Yes. Always be learner.
This field is always evolving. So you have to stay curious.
Yeah.
Be willing to learn new things.
Always growing.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
Every challenge you encounter, every young person you work with, they teach you something new.
It's true.
It's an ongoing process of learning and growth.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this career so rewarding.
So rewarding.
The guide even mentions certifications that can boost your credentials and open up more opportunities. Things like first aid, CPR, safeguarding training, nonviolent crisis intervention.
Right.
Those certifications show employers that you're serious about professional development.
You're invested.
Committed to best practices.
That's important.
So we've covered so much in this deep dive.
We have.
We talked about the challenges and rewards of the job. How to ace those interview questions.
Right.
and even how to use AI to your advantage.
AI is the future.
But remember,
What's that?
this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
The real learning happens on the job.
Absolutely.
Through those interactions with the young people, you'll be supporting.
Real-world experience.
And that's where the magic happens.
Oh, yeah.
When you connect with those young people,
Uh-huh.
build relationships, and see them grow and thrive.
That's the best part.
So as you embark on this journey, hold on to that passion,
Yeah.
that spark that led you to this path.
That's what drives you.
Let that passion fuel your success.
Absolutely.
And remember, you have the power to make a real difference
You do.
in the lives of these young people.
So powerful.
We're so excited for you and everything you're going to accomplish.
We are.
Best of luck in your interview, and remember, you got this.
We got this.
That's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
Until then, keep on learning.